Ginger was once more commonly available dried and powdered, but it can now be found fresh at local farmers markets, thanks in large part to Casey Steinberg. Casey is credited with helping pioneer the cultivation of organic ginger throughout the Northeast. And I'm so happy to have you here today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Because this is the most beautiful ginger I have seen outside of the mountains in Darjeeling, India. That
I
was
would
the
like
last
to
time,
see that.
Last time I saw it growing, and it was all in flower when I was there.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It is magical stuff
And
all
it's
around.
so tasty when it's fresh like this. And how did you become interested, first of all, in growing it and then become such an expert?
Well, we have an organic farm in Amherst, Massachusetts, in the Pioneer Valley, with lots of other farms. It's a really beautiful valley, rich soils, a lot of skilled growers, and we wanted to offer something that wasn't currently available locally, something that was delicious, something we like to eat. And we've been experimenting with ginger on a much smaller scale, sort of a houseplant scale. And we thought, wow, this could really be our niche.
And so in Amherst, Massachusetts, where it gets a good cold winter, how do you grow it?
It is grown basically as an annual because it's true. It's a tropical plant. We have a hard freeze in the winter, and this would not withstand a freeze.
No.
So we plant it early in the spring and tend to it all summer long. And we just start harvesting early fall, September, and it
But
grows.
this is some beautiful plant. Look at this,
Yeah,
everybody.
that's the whole thing.
And you just harvested that when?
I harvested that yesterday.
Yesterday.
And it's amazing. You dig the plant, and even before you break any of the pieces or before you touch it, even just releasing the plant from the soil, it smells like ginger.
Boy,
It's quite
so
magical.
incredible.
And so this piece here actually brought a little piece of seed for you. It's a lot like growing a potato, where you put an old potato,
Yeah,
piece of seed
like
potato
last
in the
year's
ground.
potato, yeah.
Last year's potato, and you put that in the ground. So you can see this ginger looks much different than this one in that.
So if I put this in the ground, it wouldn't grow.
Correct.
But this would grow.
This would.
It's calloused.
It's sort
old,
of the.
dry.
This is the the gateway to which this grows.
Oh boy.
Most of it goes fresh in this form, so we'll harvest it. We'll break off all the feeder roots and
Now,
snip
rarely
off the top.
do you see that in the market. I don't see that in the market, except at farmers markets.
Yeah, and I think most of the reason behind that is because it's much more perishable
It is.
than something like this, which has a
Right.
protective skin. It's cured.
So that
This-
has to be used immediately.
You need to refrigerate it, or you can keep it long term by freezing it or
Oh.
making it into some sort of product.
So I see that there are many, many products that emerge from ginger, the ginger root. What do you make?
We make a ginger syrup here, and this is our organic ginger, organic cane sugar, and a little bit of organic lemon juice.
Oh, so I could use that for tea.
You could use that for tea,
Ah.
and actually there's some here. This is just fresh ginger steeped in hot water, no sweetener, because I didn't know how you like your tea. You could use ginger syrup, or we also make a ginger honey, which is our ginger pressed with Vermont honey, organic cider vinegar.
So the essence of the ginger, the juice of the ginger?
Yeah, it's if you took this and ground it all up and pressed it,
how
and
beautiful.
added that with honey.
How beautiful.
We also use some of the ginger to make some dried products, spice blend. You know, this has dried ginger, salt, garlic, maple sugar, a loose tea, chai, which is ginger and turmeric, which we also grow on the farm, a little bit of cinnamon, cloves,
My
star anise.
my daughter drinks a lot of chai.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's
Chai
good.
latte.
You're welcome to try that one. And then this is the base.
Yeah,
dried
that's what we
ginger.
make ginger snaps out of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
So, and what's this?
This is a cocktail. This is a ginger old fashioned, which is a great warming winter drink, even though it has an ice cube in it. And so this has ginger syrup. You
Maybe
can also
I'm
use
ready
the
for
honey.
one of these.
Should we cheers?
Oh,
Here, actually,
sure.
there's one more ingredient
we
that you
need-
need for this.
A slice.
You need a little slice. Make a little slit there.
Oh, your garnish.
I'm garnishing. Every good drink deserves a good garnish.
Bourbon sour.
Cheers. So it's
Oh, really good.
1/4 ounce of ginger syrup, 2 ounces of bourbon, and a dash of botanical bitters, a dash of citrus bitters.
Delicious. And bourbon.
And bourbon, and bourbon. And
Bourbon, bourbon. Better put that down, otherwise I won't be able to finish our interview.
ice. Yeah, let's stop.
So what's the difference between this ginger and the ginger root that we buy in the supermarket?
The main difference in my eyes is really source. One of the main reasons why we started growing it here is because all of the ginger that we buy in the stores is shipped from a pretty far distance.
Oh, really?
China, Peru, a lot of what we consider as food miles. And so we figured if we could figure out a way to produce ginger locally, then that really reduces the ecological footprint on that food.
When does it get the skin? When it dries?
No, so that is the crux, and the crux is that our season in Massachusetts is short, our growing
I
season.
see.
And so if we were able to continue its growing temperature, its amount of light, it might continue its life cycle and starting to harden off or form a skin. But because it doesn't form that skin, it's much more perishable.
Well, it's the most beautiful ginger I have ever seen and tasted.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for introducing us to the most beautiful fresh ginger grown right here in the northeast of America. Another great product, and what a nice introduction to all of us about fresh ginger.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.